I lucked out because I have friends and people who are close to me who don't know what they want to do, and I want to help them find out what that is. But everybody's timing is different.
Yeah.
But
And it's your energy too. It's like you don't have it. Sometimes we don't even have enough energy for ourselves. And then to give to other people, it's a little bit tough when you're walking in your path. And like you said,
uh,
everyone's timing's different. Like you got it, you got the vision, you got the mission now. A lot of people, it takes them 10, 15 years to actually find that, and be like, all right, now I could do
yeah,
this. But I will say, with that being said, there's a lot of people that have ideas on what they want to do, right? They're like, oh, I want to own my own coffee shop. I want to start putting up like workout videos and start looking at myself as like an influencer in the space. But they don't do it. They don't take that small step forward.
that's
They stay in this,
that's the
right?
biggest thing. That's it. You can't
It's
make
a
a
small
house without
step,
one
right?
brick. Put a
Hey,
brick down.
no, brick by brick, right?
Put a brick down. Yeah, so I've been listening to Sadhguru. I'm not sure if you've heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a yogi, and it's just the things he says, just the enjoying your life aspect. Once you start enjoying what everything is already, and enjoying is in your control, you now can navigate everything else a little easier. Because what
Mm-hmm.
is not in your control is not in your control. You can't control that.
You
So
shouldn't be afraid of
get
it,
what you
right?
can
Because it's like,
control. Yeah, handle it. So it's
mm-hmm.
you can't be courageous without fear.
Mm,
Those two things they have to go together. Because if you're not scared, you're not even courageous. Because you're not there's no fear behind it.
mm.
Gotta
It's
be
in like
scared. Gotta make the step.
in that face of fear is when you become courageous, right? Otherwise, there is no
Where you
fear.
show your courage. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I think like sometimes within my own life, I let fear just kind of get to me, right? Because it's like my own brand, as you know, is like I see myself as someone that connects with other people, shares their story, but learns from it, right? Like I'm learning from this conversation right now. And
Hmm.
in my own personal page, I'm not necessarily showing that as much. I am with local grown stories, and I'm kind of tapping in a little bit with like the not sponsored posts, but the collaboration posts within the local grown stories breakdown and Lego My Diego. But I feel like I want to dive into Lego My Diego as my brand, as a storyteller, as a journalist, tapped in with local grown stories. But local grown stories isn't everything. That's not everything that I embody, right? I'm also into fitness. I'm also into eating delicious food and connecting with people just in general, right? So seeing your story unfold in front of me, I'm like, well, like I know Aaron and he's doing it and I know where he was 2 years ago. I got to tap into my own brand
That's
and
what
stop being like scared of what other people perceive, right? Because that's another thing. Like I'm sure you have homies from back home that knew you when you were a kid or like in high school or
hmm
whatever past
hella.
version, right, of you there was.
Hmm.
People are like, oh, Aaron switched up, or like, oh, this person thinks they're X, Y, and Z. And that's a fear a lot of people have, right? It's not just like me in this
Yeah.
scenario. Did you ever have to like snap yourself out of it and be like, I'm not living life based on who people think I am. I'm living it based on like who I want to become.
I feel like I've always tried to do that. I feel like I've always okay. I use my words carefully. I always try to. Maybe I didn't always, but I would like to think that I did. I lived life not caring about others' opinions, which I'm sure through high school and like later after high school I probably did. But it's it's just always been do you, and if they don't like that, then
Too bad. That's
tough
not your
shit.
problem, right?
You know? Yeah, like if you don't like what you're here for, I mean, it's different than catering to others' needs, but if this isn't what you're looking for, then I'm sorry. You know? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Unapologetically, right? Like, do you? I mean, if you're if you're putting positivity and something that, fills the world with more love or more like, I don't know, happiness, then who cares what other
Like
people
I
think,
think you
right?
should run that. You should run your Lego My Diego exactly how you said it. Like you should run
Yeah.
it with this is your life. Because
Mm,
people want to see your life. People want to see the life of the business they're tapping into.
mm, yeah.
This is the
Telling the
owner.
story, right? Yeah.
If I can do it, if I didn't even do it. I haven't even done anything yet. That's the craziest part is I have yet to do anything. Like I sold some stuff. I like got my name out there. People know what Stay Hungry is. People know the smoker. But like I haven't made a real mark. I haven't even made, and that's the craziest part is that like for when you say that you look at my Instagram and it makes you want to do it for yourself, it makes me have to keep going because
Mm,
there's always somebody not even behind you, but there's always somebody looking like that's what I'm trying to get, and there's somebody where you are or wants to be where you are. So it's
yeah.
always like you have to
Keep going.
because if they say you give up, then it's like damn because I can't afford for him to give up because he can't afford for him to give up.
Damn.
So
And
I
that,
can't give up
on
because he.
that point, bro, like that's heavy because I really resonate with that, man. It's like I see people like messaging me. I hear people's like perception of me, and I'm like, oh
Hmm.
shoot, if they're being inspired by my journey, I should keep pushing because like there's a little you in some other household right now that's thinking, what am I gonna do in the future? And if you're setting like
Uh-huh.
and creating a path for them, then they know I can follow in your footsteps to some capacity, right? We all got our own journeys and whatnot.
Hmm.
But I deeply resonate that with that because it's taking the positivity into all of it and like using that to
Hmm.
inspire you, not letting
Hmm.
all the negativity push you down. But I wanted to touch base on like you not feeling as though maybe you haven't even scratched the surface of the potential that you see for yourself, right? And I think we all feel that to some capacity. But what is that vision? And
The scariest part is that you lose the, not lose it, but so much, so much shit can dim that vision,
mm,
can dim what, can dim your potential and make your potential feel like, damn, am I really like, am I overshooting this or can I really, or am I thinking too crazy or like, there's a fine line from go after what you want and you've been chasing this dream for too long
mm,
and you have to figure out when it because they say trade if that's what you love go do it but it's like if this is what I love and I'm doing it but it ain't working I just feel like oh I just feel this it happens often and I guess that's that mental fortitude you got to build to be like this is me
yeah, and
like you're
understand,
journaling and you're like this is what I do like this is what I do this is what I was made to do this is what I
and
was
like
inspired to do.
a lot of people give up like just when they're around the corner from that like point that they saw themselves becoming, right? And
Yeah.
it's crazy because I Thais and I, my girlfriend, we were listening or we were watching Genius recently. I don't know if you've watched that documentary yet.
Kanye's thing.
Yeah, I didn't really
Uh,
know his background story like that yet. And then I watched that shit and I was like, the belief this man has in himself, right? And
from Jump.
from the get, like, I mean, he was making beats and stuff, but like, still, that wasn't what he like popped off with. And you see that it came from his mom, right? Like, his mom, Donda, was the one like giving him this confidence in the beginning and encouraging him to like pursue your passion, pursue what calls you, right? And stand
Mhm.
in that and just keep going, even when they like turn you down, like
Uh-huh. They call
not a
you
lot of
crazy.
us are blessed with that though, with having that circumstance. How do you build that community though? To the point that I was telling you earlier, it's a movement for you. Like you got your family in it, you got your close friends in it, and then like it seems like it started like
I was
this, and
blessed. I
then
mean,
like it's
I
growing,
was
right?
blessed. I was blessed. It started with the family. and I was blessed to have the friends and family that I have. Because
Hmm.
if I didn't have them, then I wouldn't have been here at all. Not even close. Every pop up, every article of clothing, every idea, like it's when I get interviewed. When I first started my company, when I was getting interviewed, I always wanted my friends and my family in it. So I'm like, yo, I don't need my face in it because you guys, they don't realize how much you guys even do. I
Hmm.
do. I was like, I do a lot, yeah, but they do a lot of the things that bring me here to get there. Because if it wasn't for them, then I would have no foundation. And
That's beautiful, man.
how to find a community, I don't know how to find a community like that.
It has
I
to
don't
come
know.
naturally, like I guess
I
you
mean,
have
you
to.
can become your own community at first, and then people who gravitate, you can be this sort of energy that people gravitate towards you. But I mean, I guess mine gravitated towards me before before I became
Yeah,
the smoker. So
like just blessed naturally with the support system
yeah,
you do have, and I resonate with that too, man. Because there'll be days where I have bad days, right? And then what helps me bring myself out of that like negative energy is putting into perspective how many close loved ones I have in my corner, right? And it's like all these people love me and want to see me succeed. And then I feel supported by them too, which not a lot of people can say that, man, right? It's like some people grow up in some really, really shitty circumstances. And not only that,
yeah,
just their community around them isn't uplifting them. They're pushing them
no,
down, whatever it is. And I think grounding yourself in that is great because when times do get hard, you're going to be like, all right, I have my community. If all else fails, like I know I have support. Um,
hmm
would you say there's any other challenges that you've had to face within these past 2 years to get to where you're at now and to see like stand on this cliff or maybe in the middle of the mountain or wherever you're at on this path to look up and be like, all right, I passed that challenge. I got the confidence to move on to the next one. Have there been any other like moments of growth that you've seen yourself evolve in since the last time we
I
talked?
honestly
I know
think
it's like 2 years
I feel like
in the blink of an eye.
it's all been mental. It's always been like mental. It's always been like things, small things that become larger that I allow to become larger things, and just small like just things that will trickle in, and then it's like damn, and then another thing, damn, and it's like another thing, damn, and it's like when you get shot by 10 little arrows, you're like yo, and sometimes you don't want to keep going. Sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you can't, but you have to. You know what I mean? But it's like you don't have another choice. But
It's
it's
a
tough
lot.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's tough, dude. It's tough. And I tell my friends a lot. Not I wouldn't say a lot, but being a solo business owner or like a solo entrepreneur can be heavy on some people because doing things alone and like just a lot.
Yeah.
But anybody can
Yeah.
do
And
it.
it's one of those
Anybody can
things
do it.
too where yeah, if everyone could do it or anyone could do it, everyone could do it. Is that how the saying goes? I forget. If
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
can do it, anybody would do it, right? Um, and it's another thing too where you may have a strong community around you, but you're still gonna feel alone, at some points. You're gonna feel like, shoot, am I letting these people around me down? Even though that's not even what they're telling you, but now you're just in your own head. You're like, oh dang, can I do
yeah.
it? You know? And like to get past that, like, oh wait, let me reassess, let me reevaluate, and then let's keep moving forward. It's a consistent thing, right? It's like today you're on cloud
Positivity
nine, and then tomorrow you're like, oh damn, I'm limping
on
along,
the
and I'm
bottom.
like, right? And it's great to like connect with you on that point, bro, because like this conversation gave me a lot of energy, and like seeing
Hmm
what you've been
Oh
up
yeah.
to is
Oh
is
yeah.
really inspiring, man. Because like we're running our own races, right? But like we're running parallel in a way, right? Like
Uh-huh.
we're on our own journeys. And when I see you, I'm like, oh shit, he's at the gym. It's inspiring. Let me get my shit right. Or like
Uh-huh.
you're putting out new merch, new clothing, I'm like, all right, let me try to evolve like what local grown stories is so that the brand doesn't just come off as like old school written paper, blah blah blah. It's like innovative, in your face. Let's get it. Let's go. And that was
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
energy we needed for our first episode, bro. You brought it. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you.